Did you know 97% of marketers report that ABM delivers a higher return on investment than other marketing strategies? Also, 58% of B2B marketers reported that ABM resulted in higher deal value contracts. Do you want to understand account-based marketing? In this video, I'm going to share my full guide to account-based marketing, or ABM as it's more commonly known. I'll go through what ABM is, the definition of ABM, the core principles of ABM strategy, the different types of ABM that you can use, the steps to implementing an ABM strategy, some common challenges and some best practices, and what the future holds for account-based marketing and how you can make sure that your ABM is future-proof. Let's get straight into it. Hi, I'm Sarah and I've spent over 15 years working in marketing. I also have a degree and a postgraduate degree in marketing, and I was part of a group at the Chartered Institute of Marketing for a while. I'm here to help you optimize your marketing so you can save time and increase your return on investment. So, account-based marketing is a highly focused business strategy. And in this strategy, marketing and sales work together to target high-value accounts with personalized campaigns. The goal is to drive deeper engagement, close deals more efficiently, and maximize revenue from these key target accounts. The main benefits of ABM are improved ROI, better alignment between sales and marketing, which can really help a business overall, and deeper customer relationships, which is what we need in B2B marketing. There are 3 different types of ABM strategy that you can use. The first one is one-to-one ABM. So this is where you're creating marketing campaigns with literally one company or one account in mind, and you're creating and personalizing content just for that one company. The next is the most commonly used, and this is one-to-few ABM. So you're just slightly increasing your pool a little bit. You're finding a few target accounts that have a few things in common. This means a bit less risk because you're targeting a few companies with the content, so all of the work that you put in. And the third type is the one-to-many ABM. And this is usually once you've ran ABM campaigns that are working well, you then try to systemize and automate the process using the data that you have from the previous campaigns. Let's go through 5 steps to creating and implementing an ABM strategy. You know what the first one's going to be. It's going to be to set yourself some goals. This is important, of course, because we need to know what the target is. We need to know what we're measuring ourselves against. If we don't know that when we get to the end, we're never going to know if we did a good job or not. So firstly, you need to know what a high tier or a high value customer is to the company. Now, this varies by company. It completely depends on the company how you work this out. So if you don't know what your high value or your high tier customer is, this is where you need sales, marketing, and some senior management to look at the customers you have, look at the CRM, and work out what does a high value deal mean? What is a high value client to this company? Now, high value means different things to different companies. Is a high value deal worth 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million? Okay, we all want the big deals, but look at the information you have at the minute, look at the good deals, the high value clients that you have, and think about replicating those. You don't need to be crazy ambitious. We want to be ambitious, of course, but look at what the company is doing now, and the idea is that we're trying to replicate some of that again. So if you want a 100k deal, maybe you're going to spend 5% of it on marketing, £5,000 to spend on this marketing campaign. The next is to identify the high value target accounts that you're going to be creating this campaign for. Again, at this point, you want to make sure that you know what a high value deal is and what kind of customer, persona, target audience, however you want to name it, what kind of account works best for the company. If you're going for a one-to-few approach, what you want to do is pick a few companies that have things in common. And a really good way to look at this is pick companies that have common challenges, that have common problems, come to you with the same sort of situations. Find some actual companies that you think would have similar challenges. And again, if you're targeting the 1 to few, you're maybe looking at 5 accounts here. Next, do your research. You need to know these companies well. This is the job of the sales team and the marketing team combined to do their research. Know who you're targeting in each business and get as much information as you can about them. The next part is to develop the actual content and the campaigns. So this is where choosing similar challenges is really important. Once you know the challenges that you're going to solve, you can then create the content that will help these customers to convert. So think about things like white papers, webinars, case studies, even blogs. You can take content that you've already got and adapt it, or just highlight certain challenges, for example, from a case study. If you've got webinars that you've already ran, you can just adapt them to fit in with these challenges. The next part is to create a coordinated effort with marketing and sales. So in the ABM strategy, you need a mix of the outreach from sales with the inbound or maybe content marketing from the marketing side. Coordinating this approach needs to be a campaign that brings in lots of different elements in order to take that account from not knowing about the company through to becoming a customer. So think about things like personalized emails where you're including content, using LinkedIn, having case studies that solve a particular problem, like we mentioned before, social posts. And remember, in this campaign, we're targeting a specific set of problems. So even if you only have maybe 5 accounts that you're targeting, there will be other companies that have the same problems. So things like social posts will also be useful to other companies as well. And the last part is, of course, to measure and optimize. Once you finish your first campaign, make sure you go back to your goals, analyze the different parts of the campaign, what worked, what didn't work. And for the next campaign, make sure you include what works and try other things. Keep trying until you've got something that seems to flow. And once you've got things that are working well, make sure you take note of that process, keep it in the company and automate it. Just a few challenges and best practices for ABM. The first one is that you really need to have sales and marketing and some of the senior management aligned with this. If your sales team are not on board or the senior management is not on board, it can be really hard to pull this off well. This one really has to be a coordinated effort. So I really advise you at the start to make sure that you've got at least someone on board that's going to help you to do this. You won't be able to do this strategy all by yourself if you're in marketing. You really need to have this combined effort to make it work. The next one is that it does still require continuous engagement and nurturing. So even if you run the campaign, maybe for a few weeks, those accounts can still be nurtured and engaged. Just because they didn't sign up or they didn't create a deal initially, that doesn't mean that all is lost. Keep nurturing and engaging those accounts and something might come off after a few months. And lastly, when it comes to the content, make sure you're really embracing the personalization. Research the accounts as best as you can and use the data to create content that really speaks to these companies, solves their problems and challenges. As for the future of ABM, this strategy is becoming more and more popular. And the way to future-proof it in your company is to keep note of the processes, then automate what's working, keep trying new things, keep going until you've got a process that's working well. Once you've got parts of the process that run on autopilot and everyone in the business is used to working this way, you can scale the ABM strategy and keep repeating it again and again. Please can you do one thing for me? Click the like button if you found this video helpful. And for more marketing advice, click subscribe. Finally, please check out my latest video, which you can see here. Thanks for watching, and here's to your marketing success.